Good morning, Junior 4. Today we are going to have a new lesson called Physical and Chemical Changes. Okay? If I have this piece of paper or a paper and I'm going to cut it into pieces, okay, like this. Okay. Does it change? Can I write on the paper? Yes, I can write, so the paper doesn't change, right? Does its color change? No, it doesn't change. It's still blue as it is. So the paper just only changed in its appearance. It was a big square and now it becomes a smaller ones. What if I try to burn the paper? Okay, what can you see now? Okay, look at the paper. What happened here? Does it still the same as it is? No, it's totally changed. Can I write on this paper? No, I can't write on the paper anymore. And its color, the burned part, can you see the burned part? You can see it. Its color has changed, right? Yes, so it's not a paper anymore. Okay, after these two experiments, the first one we cut the paper into pieces and the second one we burned the paper, okay? For the first one, okay, we observed that the paper doesn't change, its color doesn't change, it remains as it is. It's a paper, I can write on it, okay? And I can also stick the parts again and regain its shape. So it changed only in the appearance. Okay, the paper changed only in the appearance or shape, and it doesn't change in its structure. It's still as it is. It's still paper. Okay, so this is change called physical change. The change in the appearance. Again, what's meant by physical change? A change in the appearance of matter or shape of matter, without a change in its structure. What does it mean its structure? It's still as it is, a paper, and I can write on it, and its color doesn't change. Okay, so we have finished the first example, cutting paper. Okay, the second example, melting of wax. If I have here a candle, and I'm going to melt its wax. Okay, observe with me, and I'm going to melt the wax. Can you see the drops of the wax? Does its color change? No, it is the same as it is. It's a green. Okay, observe and wait for it. You can find the wax still as it is, and it will become solid again. Okay, it doesn't change in structure, but it changed only in its shape. Okay, so it's a physical change. Number 3, melting of ice. The same like melting of wax. The ice will change into water. Does the ice change into orange juice? No, it's still water. Okay, and I can also get this water and freeze it and change it back to ice. So it's changed only in the appearance or shape. So I call it a physical change. Number 4, grinding of sugar. What does it mean by grinding of sugar? Means making its size smaller and smaller, or crushing it. So grinding means crushing the sugar. So does the sugar change? And can I taste it and it will be like salt? No, it's not. It still has sweet taste. So it's only changed in the appearance only and its shape. It was large particles, now it became small particles or like powder. Okay, so it changed in the appearance only without a change in the structure. Number 5, dissolving table salt in water. To prove that dissolving table salt in water is a physical change, we are going to make an experiment. Okay, first I'm going to get table salt and put it in a beaker and try to dissolve it in some water and stir it. Okay. So what can you observe now? The salt disappears, right? Okay, so how can I prove it that it's a physical change? Can I return the salt back? Can I get the salt only without the water? Yes or no? Yes, I can return the salt back. How? I will put the beaker, the water plus the salt on the flame and try to heat it or boil it. The water will boil, and what will happen when it boils? It will evaporate. So all the water will evaporate. I'm going to heat it until all the water will evaporate. And I'm going to return back the salt only. So if I can return the salt back, this means it's a physical change. So again, physical change, it means it is the change in the appearance or shape of matter without a change in the structure. Like what? Examples like cutting paper, melting of wax, melting of ice, grinding of sugar, dissolving table salt in water. What about the second experiment? When I burned the paper, it produced a different substance. Can you see it? It's not a paper anymore. Its color, it's not blue as it was before, and it's now a new substance which is called ash. Okay, I can write on it. Can you see it? It's produced a new substance called ash. We call this change chemical change. What is meant by chemical change? It is the change in the structure of matter producing a new substance with different properties. It's not a paper anymore, it's now a different substance. Okay, so we have finished the first example on Can you see here, when I burn the sugar, can you see these drops? Like making caramel, okay? Can I return the caramel back into sugar? No, I can't return it back into sugar. So, burning of sugar is a chemical change because the burned substance that is produced, can I return it back into sugar or white sugar? Can I return this black substance or new black substance back into white sugar? No, I can't because it's a chemical change. The same as the paper. Can I return the burned ash back into the paper? No, it's not. So it is a chemical change. So any burning, I will call it chemical change. Number 3, rusting of iron. When you leave an iron rod or iron spatula like here in a wet air, okay, what will happen or what you will observe? You can find a brown substance is formed. The iron is a metal. It should be shiny. Now it's not. So it's a new substance. It's not iron anymore. This brown substance called rust. So rusting of iron is a chemical change. Number 4, fermentation of fruits. What does it mean by fermentation of fruits? When you leave your fruits outside the fridge for several days, you can find that the fruit has changed. Okay, it smells bad, its color has changed also, and you can't eat it anymore. This is called fermentation of fruits. It changed into different substance. So I call it chemical change. Number 5, baking. When your mom is going to make a dough or bread or donuts or anything, she's going to use the yeast to make the bread become bigger in size, right? So when you eat the bread, can you find the yeast like you see in the kitchen before she baked it? No, you can't find it. So add yeast in baking called chemical change. I can't regain the yeast back. I can't return it back. So it's called chemical change.